Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you're having a beautiful day or night whenever you're joining in for today's reading. In our pop-up reading here today, we're going to be talking about what you need to know most about your person and your connection at this time. Things that you may not be seeing clearly right now or may be unaware of. So we are going to get started with the oracle cards that I have pre-pulled for us. After that, we're going to dive deeper using the tarot. We're also going to get some channeled message cards out, as well as tiles, charms, and astrology dice for extra confirmation and info. And then last but not least, we will be ending today's reading with a message just for you to help you uplift your energy and bring the focus back on yourself. So again, I'm so glad you're here. I'm excited to be here with you here today, and I hope you're having a fabulous day. So we're going to get started. If you find yourself resonating with today's messages, please let me know what you think down below in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe for more readings in the future. Okay, you guys, let me introduce you to all the cards and then we're going to get going. Our first card up today, actually, these are reversed, is Ask Your Angels. We also have Get More Information, the Hummingbird, Owl, and Deer. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. We have Sparks of Light, Mars, and Raven's Head. Okay. So first up, we have lots of air energy coming through here with these two cards. We have a bit of earth energy coming through. We also have Mars energy. Mars rules over Aries and Scorpio. Scorpio is actually Aries and Pluto, or Mars and Pluto, but Scorpio or Aries energy could be important, or maybe your Mars placements. If you're familiar with your astrology chart and or your person's, you may want to look at what is in Mars for you. We'll also get astrology dice later on in the reading, so if you're the type of person that really values that confirmation, stick around till that section. We'll get there when we get there, you guys. But that is what I'm seeing here for us so far, for confirmation at least. Our first message here today, some of you aren't going to like it. Some of you might roll your eyes at me a little bit. Do as you please, but I am the messenger. Just remember that at the end of the day, nothing is personal, okay? Some of you need to get a bit better at listening to your own divine guidance, okay? And please don't come at me. That's not a personal attack. It's coming through strongly in the cards here that your divine team has been trying their hardest to get messages across to you, but they're either not getting through or you are doubting your own divinity. You're doubting your own intuition here. The first part of this reading is essentially them wanting me to remind you of how divine you are and how guided you truly are. You have a very strong intuition, my dear, and your divine team has been trying to hand you answers to questions about this connection and probably other areas of your life as well. They keep drawing my eye up here to the Raven's Head, trying to give a pearl to you metaphorically. The divine has been trying to give you your answers, has been trying to give you more information and insight. But again, they either feel like it's not getting through to you, or you are doubting yourself to the point where you aren't deciphering whether or not it's truly your intuition or just an anxious thought or all in your head. This reading is finding you as confirmation that you are receiving some divine guidance, and it's important to really hone in on that and focus in on it. The Hummingbird card talks about knowing where to find your answers, knowing where to find your nourishment, and then returning to that same source over and over again. And in this context, I'm reading it as prayer and meditation. maybe life be lifing and you haven't made time for prayer or meditation in a while, when you normally receive your guidance or your answers, or when you connect with God and the divine. This could be a calling for you to return to that again, or to try to find more time in your day to devote to your prayers, to your meditation, because that will really help you in receiving your answers and your guidance. I think your divine team is asking you to, get close to them again, to reconnect with them again. And again, that's not a personal attack, you guys. I mean, I have that happen to me all the time where, I'm busy with this, I'm busy with that. Sometimes I forget to sit down and pray and actually connect with God. Back in the day, in the beginning of my spiritual awakening years ago, I would legitimately go and pray for like 2-3 hours a time or more, multiple times a day. Like, it was extreme, okay? I would pray for hours upon hours upon hours, and devote almost too much time and energy into that. Whereas, nowadays, I obviously don't spend hours upon hours in prayer. And sometimes I need to remind myself to get back into that again, because it's so very important. Having an intimate relationship with God and the divine is so very important to overall well-being, at least from my perspective. You don't have to believe the same things I do, but I believe it to be integral to my overall well-being, to feel in tune with the divine. And this could be a calling for you to get back into that, especially if you've lost that habit, or if you haven't prayed in a long time or meditated, because your divine team is really trying to give you answers to your questions about this person and about your life, but they don't feel like they're getting through. You are very, very wise. You're very intuitive, and I think you naturally have the ability to receive this information, but it's just not getting through right now, okay? At least not as much as it could be, I guess you could say. Now, one of the messages I think your divine team is trying to give you about your relationship / this connection is to work on it and really give it a chance. Some of you may be slightly fearful over love. Maybe you've been hurt in the past, you've been burnt in the past, and maybe you have some walls up that need to be taken down with this person. Your divine team has been trying to show you that it's safe to love them. It's safe to be loved by them as well. That this is a connection that is meant to be in your life. Now, as always, if this person is giving you hot and cold mixed signals, I would say this probably isn't the reading for you, because I'm not picking up on a connection like that. At the end of the day, it's also important you use your logic and your own best judgment here. If you genuinely feel you have a reason to not trust this person or let them in, that's not something to ignore. This reading is for those of you out there that know deep down this person is good for you. They're a positive person in your life, yet you still continue to put walls up with them or block out the ability to receive their love, okay? I think the divine has been trying to tell you that it's okay to let your guard down with this person. They're meant to be in your life, and they're trying to show you that this resistance you have is not serving your highest good, okay? So let's get into the tarot now. I want to see what else is going to come out for us here today. Let's see what else we can get out. Just going to pack things up for a moment here. There we go. Perfect. And I'm going to take a sip of my water real quick, you guys. I'm feeling like I need to hydrate. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be doing an extended for today's reading, FYI. Maybe we will. We'll see if it comes up, but I'm not feeling called to today. However, I do extendeds often. Usually I release between like 10 and 20 every month. So if you're the type of person that really enjoys extended readings, I would highly recommend checking out my Patreon. You get a really good bang for your buck. Like I said, between 10 and 20 extendeds and or exclusives every single month. And it's also a really good way to help support my work and the community over here. So check it out if you feel called. There will be a link in the description box, always. Okay. Also have a YouTube membership, and you get tons of exclusive content over there as well that's different than what I post on Patreon. So you can check that out as well if you feel called to. You can even double dip if you really like my reading styles. And we have beautiful communities on both platforms. Beautiful souls, beautiful people, great communities to be a part of. Okay. Ooh, I'm seeing it now. This, I feel, is almost going to be more of like a personal message for you versus a love message. But, oh, back of the deck is the Hierophant. We're taking that. But it's happening for a reason. I don't argue with my divine team. When they do things like this, I know that it's for a reason, and I don't argue with them. So one thing they want me to talk to you about is you felt alone for a really long time, didn't you? I feel for some of you watching, you have maybe an avoidant attachment style, or you learned at a very young age that you needed to rely on yourself. Maybe you had people in your life that were unreliable, but you learned that you can rely on you. Almost like you learned to put walls up and boundaries up with people to block them out because it felt safer for you to be in control of what you were doing more than like allowing other people to help you. I'm getting a lot of hyper independence energy from this reading right now. I feel like that's you. You learned to be self-sufficient maybe at a very young age. It could have been that growing up you had caregivers that were not very supportive of you or were hot and cold with you or something like that. I'm not going to get into like a psychology lesson right now. Highly recommend therapy and counseling, by the way, to pretty much everyone. So if that's been of interest of you, this might also be a calling to look into that if you would like to. Please take care of yourself and get professional support if you think you need to. But I'm getting hyper independence from you. Maybe you learned to put up a wall around your emotions or to not let people in on what you were feeling inside because it felt safer to have those boundaries up, those walls up, versus letting them down and letting you be vulnerable. I feel like this is really a calling for you to let those emotions in, to be vulnerable with people that you are safe in being vulnerable with, okay? If this person has not betrayed your trust, if this is not a toxic connection, if this is not a hot and cold dynamic, and this person has shown you that they're a trustworthy, good individual to have in your life, this is likely a calling for you to allow yourself to be a little bit softer and more vulnerable emotionally in this connection, and to stop feeling like you have to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for support. It's okay to receive sometimes, okay? Because I feel like this inner conflict is not serving your highest good. There's healing to be done when it comes to that subject. You're being asked to heal the part of you that feels like you have to be perfect and do everything on your own all the time right now. Because deep down inside, I feel you're very emotional. You're very intuitive. You have that beautiful divine feminine energy to you. It's just that oftentimes I feel as though you mask it out or you don't let people see that. And maybe sometimes you even hide it from yourself. This is a big lesson you're meant to learn right now, I feel. And that should be a goal of yours you're really, really working towards at this time. Because I do think that this connection is meant to help you evolve and help you to grow. This is a positive connection for you. And maybe that's one of the biggest lessons you can learn from this experience is how to be loved and how to allow yourself to receive that energy without feeling like you must put walls up to keep yourself protected. Okay? Wow. This ended up being a more powerful message than I anticipated, but I'm here for it. Let's get out a few messages from your person to you now, what they would say to you from their heart space, if they could be completely open and honest. After that, we'll get into the tiles, the charms, and the astrology dice. That's there for confirmation and extra info. Okay? All right, I feel like that's almost you to them, but it could be them to you. I am becoming a better person I feel you even though we are apart, and I couldn't let you get too close to me. That's that fear of intimacy coming through. That could be from you to them, or maybe that's how they feel, you feel about them, or it could be from them to you as well. Okay, everybody's healing, everybody's working through their own stuff, but your person is healing, they're working on them. Okay, they can feel you even at a distance. They feel a very strong connection to you even when you're not around each other. Okay, they feel a really intense magnetism to you, that's for sure. Maybe they're looking for answers to why that is. Maybe they are more agnostic, or maybe they don't have strong spiritual beliefs, and maybe they're trying to figure out why they feel so strongly about you. Okay, they definitely feel strongly about you because they clearly sometimes have some jealousy issues coming through. They want you to know, okay? I've thought about reaching out to you. I feel like that's them saying they think about you a lot. They want to talk to you a lot. Maybe almost too much, to the point where they're like, okay, is this normal? Why do I feel so drawn to this person? Yeah, you don't know how many times I've almost called you. Yeah, I feel like this person has a really intense magnetism to you. Maybe to the point where they don't even know how to explain it with logic, and they've had to like look things up. Like, why do I feel this pull to this person? Why do I feel this intense magnetism that I can't explain? They may even be seeking out like spiritual answers to those questions, okay? Because they feel very, very intense about you. Very, very drawn to you. The magnetism is like off the charts, I feel. Okay, let's get into tiles, charms, and astrology dice now. You may see specific placements in their chart or yours, or maybe both. You may see their name, their initials, or important symbols of this connection come up. I'm going to roll these 3 or 4 times. Let's get into it. So we have Leo, Venus, and Venus. Maybe both of you are Leo Venuses. We also have Pisces, Moon, and Pluto. Pisces, Moon, and Pluto. We have Taurus, Moon, and Neptune. And then let's get one more out. Okay, we have Scorpio, Uranus, and South Node. Perfect. Okay. I'm seeing Penny right away. Okay. We have Penny, so somebody's name could be Penny, definitely. Funny enough, supposedly they're getting rid of the penny in the United States, which is news that I never expected to happen. I'm still kind of like in denial of that being a thing. I don't know the logistics of it. I should probably look into it on how that's going to work. But it's interesting, just to say the least. I mean, I feel like that's a big piece of history, to be honest. So I don't know, maybe somebody has been looking into that. If anybody has facts about that they'd like to share, you're welcome to. I think it's a very big deal. I'm also seeing ton, okay? Tony, somebody's name could be Tony. Somebody could like ponies or own horses, ponies. And I think that's about it. I think that's all I'm seeing here. The number 10 could be significant as well. Oh yeah, we also have an S and an X over here. So take your time with that if you'd like to. We have a heart locket. I'm not surprised. I feel like you've been guarding your heart or locking up your emotions. Not surprised that came out a lot at all. And then we also have 2 joining hearts here. I really feel like your angels are trying to tell you that this person is good for you. Like, this is a good connection. Unlock your heart a little bit and let this person in more, okay? And then we have a cross here. So someone in this connection could be Christian, believe in Jesus. Again, maybe prayer is really important to you. If it's been a long time since you have prayed, this is a calling for you to say a prayer, to pray more, to reconnect with God more, and let those answers in, and to feel that intimate connection with the divine again. Okay, we're gonna get out a couple of personal messages now. These are just for you. It doesn't have to relate to this connection. Your first message is Archangel Raphael. Feel yourself surrounded by my emerald green light. I, Archangel Raphael, offer you healing and solace. Behind the clearing clouds, the sun shines bright and eternal. Trust. And then your affirmation is, I am in charge of my life. And as always, you're invited to affirm this with me and the collective down below in the comments if you would like to, or write it down, whatever you would like to do. I'm going to go ahead and pack this reading up though. Thank you so much again for joining in. You're a blessed soul. You're an amazing person. I hope you know that. And I can't wait to see you in the next reading. Bye for now.